Hello everybody and welcome to 349 for the running of the Turn of Death 500. Dylan Thoreau, your pole setter, as we have only 2 races left here in World Tour 20. We have this race and we have the double header in the Suzuka circuit in Japan. And hard to believe though, we've only had almost 5 races left in the season. We could have our season 20 champion determined. Our season 20 champion will be decided in the final 5 races. So here we go. Dylan Thoreau on the pole, and there's JT Bryan on the front row. 15 laps in this treacherous course, one of the toughest courses in NASCAR, in NR Town 3. Here we go, green flag. Oh boy, Dylan Thoreau. He's hanging on to the lead, but Paul Barber. Great start, he gets second. He's trying to get second. Downhill. Not really known for racing, but it's known for the Turn of Death. That always makes things interesting at this track. Paul Barber, 3rd place. Emma Junkim battling 4th against O'Neal Balvin. As we come downhill, go down the carousel and down the hill, down the mountain. Here we go, the street portion is coming up, and that means the Turn of Death is coming up as well. Sorry about that. Anyway, here we go. Thoreau in the Turn of Death, first time today's race. Oh, he didn't make it, and neither did JT Bryan. The front row starters out of the race. Well, out of the chance for the win already on the first lap. Ah, man. Paul Barber going to hang out of the lead under caution. This been an eventful start as both front row starters already took themselves out of the race. And keep an eye on these drivers because they sometimes like to stack up on this turn and cause unexplained damage. I don't see any of that happening so far yet. So I guess they might have stayed clean. But already the front row starters involved in the first Turn of Death swallow of the season. We'll see if the night will continue with the green flag as Paul Barber is leading. But he's got Emma Junkim to challenge. Look at the start that the 88 got. Let's see if we can pass the 15 right here. Not this time. Nearly 3 wide back right here. But Cooper Sauer will have the advantage. There you see the 4 of Philip Goldberg battling John Arnott, the 24. And now it's the portion that everybody dreads. It's the Turn of Death. And look at Emma Junkim trying on the high line. Whoa! Contact with the 15 down to the Turn of Death. We'll see who will it grab. Last time it grabbed both front row starters, and now let's see what happens this time. Oh, it grabbed Barber! There he goes! Paul Barber spins, it grabbed him right off its tail. Oh. Still clean and green though, as Emma Junkim hangs on and holds on for the race lead. Now he's going to have to face off against the Turn of Death next lap. just 11 laps to go at 3:49. Nobody else got swallowed in by the turn of death. But we're still green though, so anything can happen as a result. You can see the weird views of the track. Here's how much they turning they have to deal with. Man, the mountains look so majestic, but they block the views of the track, so rarely do I use this camera, but I think it's the first time we're using this type of spectator camera here at this track, because it's unfortunately very unclear. Downhill goes Junkim. It's gonna be a turn of death fight for him. Lap 5. Pichu second. We'll see if he'll pounce if Junkim makes a mistake. Turn of death time. Round number 3. Spin for Junkim. Wow, so turn of death so far has gone 3 for 3 and taking out the race leaders. And nobody else, and still green. Huh. Never had like 3 straight green flag lap. Well, there was one time we went caution free. But other than that, that's probably a rare time in which we have 3 straight green flag laps at this track. Now Pichu should be next. O'Neal Balvin second. As surprisingly, we're still green. Sometimes they pull caution, sometimes they don't. That adds the unpredictable factor at this track, but now we're going to go through the turn of death for the 3rd straight time under green. Well, the 4th time overall. Not much side-by-side action, but the turn of death makes up for it. The 99 is going to face the turn of death. And now let's see who will make it out. Will Pichu make it? So far, leaders have been crashing on the turn of death every time. Let's see if it's going to be happening again. There it is again. Pichu spins out and out of the lead. Anybody else? Woo! Somebody just crashed. Oh, 2 drivers crashed. Ryan Casey has wrecked out, and that'll bring out a caution. That has brought out a caution along with Fetty McDowell. Let's see what happened. He got right into Avi's. Casey got right into Sachs. Hits the barrier there. McDowell right there. Nowhere to go. It wasn't probably the turn of death. I think that was the turn of death that did this, but either way, though, it's gobbled up more victims along with Pichu, the leader. Now your new leader's O'Neal Balvin. And they're piling up. What's happening here? Yeah, this is a problem that 3Fourty9 often has. These guys pile up and Emma Junkim spins and they're all piled up. Wow, okay, if things couldn't get much stranger, this happens, and no wonder their drivers were tiring. Thought this little problem would be eliminated, but nope. Well, it's honestly, I think the frickin' pile up under caution caused more damage than the turn of death does under green. My goodness, no wonder this track is the toughest course yet. Not even on the restarts could they line up properly. That's just the AI, guys, but still. My goodness. We're through halfway. 7 to go at 3:49. It's still anybody's race. Not to mention with the turn of death taking out all the leaders so far. Every time a leader's gone through the turn of death, they've wrecked. We'll see if the streak will continue or will there be something different. Balvin able to hold off a hard charge brought off by Chloe Baker. Now they go in the carousel. Oh, this is going to be fun. Are they going to be side by side coming to the turn of death? They have the potential of doing that. Baker coming up high. Now they're going to be side by side, heading to the turn of death. It's going to be Baker and Balvin battling the turn of death. Here we go. And it took out Baker. The streak continues for the turn of death. Caution. Balvin was lucky. I think he let Baker pass because he knew the turn of death was going to take out the race leader. And once again it does. That's going to come down to the final 4 laps. Next caution will end the race. We'll see if Balvin can hold on or will there be a different view. Cooper Sauron goes on the bottom. That's going to give room for Balvin to pull away, but he's still got to face the turn of death. So far, it's been perfect in wrecking out leaders under green. So Balvin's got to be worried a little bit if he doesn't make it to the turn of death. But we'll see. John Andrews, 4th place. And Balvin pulls away. Here he comes, the turn of death battle for the number 11. Will it be another perfect round for the turn of death, or will Balvin make it through? Here we go. Oh, he spins out. He spins. More drivers spin too. That's going to be the race. Yep, that's it. Luke Walker, Benjamin Miles, and Dylan Young looks like he's going to score his 2nd win of the season, unless if something strange happens, and strange things have happened at 349. We'll get back to the leader in a bit, but first let's see the final victims under green of the turn of death. Don't you just hate these cameras? And yep, Miles. Luke Walker spin. Oh no! Something went wrong on Dylan Young. After the caution. I knew something weird was gonna happen. Oh, he just blows up. He just blew up. And Sauron spun him out. I don't think Sauron was the one that blew up Young's engine. I think Young's engine blew up before Sauron turned him. Yep, it did. And Sauron he had little time to react, so he just tapped him. And Young got turned, and the engine smoking prevented his car from moving. And his race is over. Oh, just when you think he was going to win this race. Someone else blow up? No. My goodness. Dylan Young, he blows up on the restart. And Goldberg is out with damage. He was 4th place. That is unbelievable. But Cooper Sauron, can he hold on? Looks like he's going to, and Cooper Sauron is going to score win number 2 of Season 20 here in the Turn of Death 500 at 349. Looked like this was going to be Dylan Young's race, but it was not to be. He smoked he had his engine blown on the restart with 3 laps to go, ending his chance of a victory. And you can add that to the 20th Turn of Death race here at this track. You can add that to the weirdness happening. And if you're wondering where Young finished, he was 30th. Wow. Just an unbelievable finish for Cooper Sauron. Lucky him. His 2nd win of the season for the number 42, and it comes at 349. Amazing. Well, tune in next time, as we are going to be heading over to Suzuka, Japan for a dual weekend before the last race before the end of the the last race of World Tour 20, and we'll have duels in Suzuka Circuit. Then there'll be 5 more races left. Hope you'll join us then, and we'll see you at Suzuka.